I'm really excited today to talk about mindful minutes. 1 minute, one mindful minute can change how you show up in life. We all want to be in the present, right? But most of you out there are probably thinking about what you did earlier today or what you're going to be doing after this event. We need to really be in the present, and the reason we aren't is because we have high stress, and that high stress is causing us not to be. Wellness initiatives are a vital HR focus right now. We have employee burnout. We have employee having chronic stress. And that's why it's not surprising to see that 89% of our adults out there believe their work-life balance is getting worse. And you might be saying, we just went through the pandemic, things are getting better, but change is happening all around us. So this shouldn't be as shocking to you. We are still having tons of change. We're going back to normal. We're trying to go back and commute to work. We're trying to deal with the shortages of the workforce. There's so much going on, and it's causing really intense stress. And this stat is just mind-blowing to me. 75% of doctor visits are due and related to stress. That's crazy, right? And I was one of these people, sick all the time from chronic stress, and still doing my work and ignoring it, but you can't do that. And I realized after 2 big major life events happened for me that I had to do something about it, I had to do something different. So I was going through personally a divorce all of a sudden, and also getting that dream promotion, that promotion I always wanted, that I knew I was gonna have to stretch for and really be on my game. And I know I had to bring something else to my life, and I found mindfulness. I did not want to be her, and I was her for a long, long time in my career. It may be not shown, but that's how I felt. So I looked into myself and looked into everything about mindfulness, started meditating, and what I really found out that worked for me was very important pauses, having mindful moments throughout my day that really recharged me and actually broke up my stress pattern. And practicing these mindful moments throughout the day made me start showing up as my better self. I was calm, I was collected, I was undistracted, I was cool like this guy on the stage. And that's how we always want to show up, right? We want to show up just like him. And so we need to practice mindfulness and bring these micro practices in because they fill up your battery, your mindful battery throughout the day so you can show up as your best self and have that great leadership presence. You want to be focused, you want to be attentive. And so today I want to share some of my favorite micro practices with you. Of course, the most common one you guys know is breath. Having a couple deep breaths, taking a moment, doing a mini meditation, one of my favorites. And then another thing that I also do is really kind of focus on the details. Zero in on something that I really, truly love, and maybe it's a picture in my office or looking out the window at nature, and really focusing on the details of the beauty of it. That really gets me going and gets me back into my calmness. Another thing I do, I created each day a to-be list for myself. How do I want to show up as a leader? How do I want to show up when I'm performing my job? Do I want to be patient? Maybe I need to be compassionate today. Maybe I need to be a good listener tomorrow. And we all want to be grateful. And one way I become grateful is I change the way I say things about what I'm doing. I don't have to do that. I get to do this every day. I bring mindfulness in and be grateful. And the one thing I love the most about this is Bookend Reflections. To show up the best you can for a meeting activity, take a minute to really figure out what you want to do and what you want to achieve and how you want to show up. And at the end of the meeting, reflect on that and really determine, did you really get what you wanted out of that? How can you get better? And we all multitask, right? We all know, everybody in this room does it. But single tasking is more productivity that comes from you, and you need to start doing that. So when you're starting to do 3 things at once, take a breath and pick the one most important thing and get that done first. And then my favorite is slowing down to speed up. I wake up in the morning calm, get my coffee, savor every sip of it, and go out in my lanai and just enjoy starting my day before I have emails, my work session, my coaching sessions. Out there, HR, you can lead by example. You can start incorporating these mindful minutes and start showing up better as your best self and a better leader. And you know that employees are going to follow you, and the corporation's going to follow you. And the reason I love HR is you can change. You can make changes in your culture. You can make mindful changes and wellness changes in your organization. You have the power to do that. and it only takes 1 minute to change how you show up in life. Thank you, everyone.